What is good, everybody? I am back with a brand new video, and today I'm going to be giving you 3 tips on how to get the easiest distance for your backhand. Now, this video is definitely geared toward those beginner players that are struggling to hit that 300-foot range or even 330-foot range. If you feel like you are just trying your absolute hardest to get to that distance, this video could be helpful. So let's get into it. So tip number 1 is a tip that you have probably heard in multiple other videos, but something that is so very important is to throw more neutral to understable discs. Whether these are drivers, some of my go-tos were the Hades, or even this really lightweight Shrike. Too often do I see beginners throwing more overstable discs, really trying to put them on ante to throw these big flex shots. Now, this is a shot that pros use and is one that is a distance shot to get maximum distance. But if you're struggling to get that 300-foot mark or even that 350-foot mark, this probably isn't the best shot to be using. Instead, throw understable discs where you can throw them flat, if not on a little bit of hyzer, and allow the disc to do the work for you. You will see that that understable disc is actually going to flip up, ride right, and actually fade back, getting you the most distance with the least amount of effort. Now, keep in mind, the discs that I just showed you are understable, but they are drivers. So if you're not seeing that you're able to actually get those riding right, then maybe try stepping down to something a little bit slower. My go-to was this lightweight 167 gram Shrike, and this was the disc that I could personally throw the furthest when I was just starting out. Now that you have selected the right disc to get your maximum distance, let's move on to tip number 2. Now, my second tip to throwing easier distance in the backhand is to stop the long and exaggerated run-ups. When you begin, you don't need to be James Conrad right off the bat. When I started to add distance to my backhand, I thought if I ran up faster or I took a more aggressive approach to my run up, that momentum would transfer straight to the disc. What I found is the backhand is more about timing and getting that right foot fully planted before you come through on your throw. What would happen when I added steps or I tried to go faster is I wasn't fully planted, meaning I didn't have a sturdy base to actually allow my hips to open up and sling the disc forward. Instead, try to get that right foot planted right when you're in your reach back, so you have a strong base, turn the hips, and that will allow you to get your lag and to actually sling the disc forward. I think it is super important to focus on your footwork and to try and make sure you get that plant foot fully planted before you come through your throw. One of my biggest issues when I threw the backhand. Now, tip number 3 is more about how I like to think about the backhand. When I started trying to throw the backhand even, people were kind of telling me, be aggressive, throw hard. My brain transferred throwing hard to tense up the body and throw with my muscles. Try to muscle the disc rather than being loose and just slinging the disc. This threw me off for a very, very long time because I would tense my whole body up. I would try and use my muscles to throw the disc as hard as I could. But the backhand is a lot about actually being quick and not really thinking about tensing the body. When I think about throwing a quick and smooth shot, I have no time to think about tensing my body up. It's all fast twitch muscles. So I'm much quicker with it rather than throwing it hard and tensing up. I'm just quick. So when you go to throw your backhand, don't think about throwing it super, super hard. Don't think about tensing the back up, tensing your arms up, tensing the abs up. Just think about being quick and fast twitch. Fast twitch where you have no time to fully think about what your body is doing. You're gonna naturally use your muscles, you're naturally going to tense up. But if you think about throwing hard, the whole body's gonna be stiff, you're not gonna be loose, and you're gonna throw it a lot less further than if you're nice, smooth, and relaxed. Now, of course, this is much easier said than done, and it's going to take a lot of practice to get your body to the point where you're not fully thinking about throwing the disc hard or far. You're more just going through the routine of the body and throwing a nice and smooth shot, which will eventually get you the distance that you're looking for. Now, you can train your timing, your form, all inside or outdoors with the Pro Pull from Pro Pull Disc Golf. I like it as a tool to simply go through the motion of the backhand, keep the disc nice, level, and flat on the same plane, focus on getting that plant foot all the way down right before I'm in my reach back and pulling the disc through my body. The Pro Pull comes with a 5-pound resistance band and an 8-pound. So with the 5-pound band, I like to just kind of go through the routine, go through my form, make sure everything's looking right. And with that 8-pound band, really try to train all the muscles that I need to kind of have that fast twitch. I like to do with the 8-pound band. So once I'm done, the disc feels lighter. The disc feels like it's going to fly a bit further typically when I'm done. Anyway guys, those would be my 3 main tips to teach a beginner today. Use those neutral to understable discs. Don't run up so much. Do a slower approach, focus on timing with that plant foot. And lastly, don't tense up the body, stay as loose as you can, and think quick through the pole. Anyway guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Go follow Chasing Chains _ on Instagram where I post there daily, and we will see you in the next one.